Alright, here we go. Part 3 of the Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. I'm Andrew. This is Acquisition and Adventures, and we're acquiring some Magic the Gathering. I had one where I had my son open some of the booster packs with me. That's part of... Oh, my old man hated this damn game, so, every time I get to open a pack, it's kind of like a bit of a screw you to this. Yeah, it might surprise some of you saying, well, why are you talking like that? That's disrespecting your parents. But, yeah, things didn't work out quite well with myself and my family over time. But, hey, this is the reason why I spent so much time playing the game back in my younger years, is because it was a way to kind of forget about all the crap that's going on in the world and have some fun with your friends. Slug some cards. Spent some time working after school in high school, part-time job. Was able to throw some money at some cards. Get together with some buddies. And, yeah, play some games. Get a chance to take our mind off of everything that was going on. And, yeah, the old man hated this thing. Thought it was a waste of money. Well, guess what? There's some things that you can learn from gaming. That's quite important. Now I see my son putting together combinations, counting, doing the mathematics needed. Well, this is really nice. I like this roll the d20 thing, doing the ability checks. That's quite D&D like, especially the newer D&D versions. But yeah, I have my slinging the cards with my son. He's figuring things out, building up combinations. Yeah, I probably mentioned before, setting up some good traps. Yeah, it's good to see that level of strategy for a little human who's 8 years old, being able to do that with the games. Alright, got some hamster going on here. Yeah, so it's just one of those things where you cultivate that sort of skill. Alright, I got a sky diamond. Excellent. Don't think it's worth very much, but it's nice to have another mana rock for the commander decks. Enters battlefield tap, takes 2, so yeah, it's going to take a few turns to get that out there. Alright. A very expensive soul ring. Crystal, exile, any number of target players' graveyards. Okay, cool. Alright. Exiling some, especially if people have those graveyard decks where they're, I'm looking over. I got some of the Final Fantasy Commander decks. It's Revival Trance is a good one. That one can really make a mess of Revival Trance because it's going into the graveyard to pull a lot of those creatures back out and resurrect them after they've been put into that graveyard. I also really like the feel of these cards. Yeah, kind of like a matte, papery finish. They're not slippery. Some of the other cards have a slipperiness to them. These ones kind of have a different feel to them. Okay. And only 18 boosters in this box. So it doesn't feel like a particularly deep set, but oh, Bear. Wilson, the Refined Grizzly, is a 2/2 bear. Spell can't be countered. Vigilant, Reach, Trample, War. Oh my goodness, this is so nice. I remember playing with the grizzly bears. back in revised time when I was playing. And we like to make the bear decks. Okay, got a Mazzy. We got 3 or 4 of those now. Ooh, what do we got here? Baulder. Okay, got ourselves a mythic here, a demon creature. Okay. Oh, that's good. Some of those extra drops. Yeah, so getting some potential new cards to put together into the commander decks, because that's what we're playing a lot in. But you know, for some of you that perhaps are getting into the game, one of the, you know, so much stuff going on nowadays where you might get demoralized on all the crap going on. I'd say, you know, it was the same when I was growing up. All kinds of problems going on. And just that ability to go to the game store and to get more cards, there was a, how would you say, a level of kind of drive, because we like to have the cards. Our parents really didn't give us any of these. We had to earn them, so that created the motivation to get out and do a little extra, earn some money in any way that we can, so we can go and grab another pack at the game store when the new supply came in. You know, they didn't get boxes and boxes of this stuff, so there was a bit of competition with other folks in the region to get these cards. And you know, it started in 1993. We were fortunate to have a game store where I grew up that could get these things in, because they're, you know, you just couldn't get these anywhere. We had to travel, you know, make some time with a buddy who had a car. I was able to travel over to the next city where they had the game store that could stock these cards. And you know, we'd save up the money, and one of the buddies would call us if they went a little bit earlier and they were able to get some of the cards. Add red. If that mana spent on a dragon, it gains haste. Ooh, good for a Tarkir deck. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so if one of our buddies was able to see that the store got some new stock, then kind of loaded everybody up and took a Saturday morning right when the game store just opened to go in and snag what we could snag. And part of that was, you know, earning some extra coin through whatever means we could, so that we could go out and buy some of these cards. Cat Ranger, Prowler. Because we also play D&D as well. That's why there's an affinity to playing this game. We also played the computer games. Like you can, the kids nowadays, you probably played Baulder Gate 3. A really well done game, mind you. They did a good job with that. But we played these other games. There's, I think I got this as well previously. But we played, there's the dungeon games where you get to waddle through a dungeon. Kind of like a very early Ultima series. But there was another series called Dungeon Master a long time ago that came out, where you get to work your way through a dungeon. You usually get 4 characters you can generate with different skills, and you'd use your A, S, W, D keys to move around. And you can cast spells, and there's you're in a maze essentially. You have to navigate your way through the maze. So, the Dungeons and Dragons franchise did a really good rendition of that, especially after the Dungeon Master game came out. So yeah, if you Google something very old game from back in the 80s called Dungeon Master, which is a dungeon crawling game, if you're listening to me still, go and give that a look. It was quite a neat little game back in the time, and I think it'd still be a fun game even today. Maybe the graphics aren't kick-ass. Back in the day, it was decent. It was playable. I think still the game is fun even today. And the puzzles were, they weren't particularly easy for us, and we didn't have the ability to go online and look up all the answers. We actually had to have multiple of us friends all playing the same game, running through the dungeon, then calling up each other on the phone. We didn't have cell phones. You actually had to pick up the phone and dial your buddy and talk about what it is that you found out, so we can share that information, so that we could progress through the game. So we're, in a way, we're in a race to get through the game and to finish it. But at the same time, there's that cooperative element, because if we didn't work together at all, because there were no game guides, there was no going online to find all the answers. You couldn't Google it, you couldn't AI it and get those answers. We had to create an informal network of talking with each other to advance ourselves through some of the puzzles. And then, we're still trying to be competitive and win the game. So it's always funny when you're a day away from winning the game, one of your buddies, because one of your buddies just got it the day before, and then you go and you play that evening, realize, yeah, I was really close as well. So it always had this competitive aspect. We did the same Star Control 2. Me and a buddy were pretty much neck and neck on that, but I had to work and he had a bit of extra time. Oh well. That's how these things go sometimes. It was all good fun. And yeah, we transferred that into playing Magic the Gathering. There are times at the high school where we had tables and tables full of kids playing this game, and the teachers were just dumbfounded that here's all these kids playing this game. It just blew them away when you had, 100 kids, yeah, literally 100 colleagues all playing this game. Probably, thinking about 96, 97, it really hit a stride, and we're still able to have, remember we still had revised back then, and so that was some of our reward, is having a bunch of packs of revised, and I would trade for dual lands every chance I got, so I created a great set of dual lands. So yeah, there we go. A little bit of Magic to history from back in the day. So that was Baldur's Gate. That was a whole box. This is part 3, and I'll see you in the next video.